Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I'm Batsirin Namshir. On the News Mongolia today, the state visit of President Thongloun Sisoulith of the Lao People's Democratic Republic has concluded. A study on the distribution of harmful insects is currently underway in Uvurkhangai Province. The Asian Road Cycling Championships concluded in Kazakhstan. For the news, stay tuned. President Thongloun Sisoulith of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, accompanied by his wife Nelly Sisoulith, visited Mongolia on the invitation of President Uvurkhangai. During the state visit, they planted a memorial tree at the Mongol Culture Park. Both presidents acknowledged the vulnerability of landlocked countries like Mongolia and the Lao People's Democratic Republic to climate change. They emphasized the importance of each nation's involvement in addressing global challenges such as desertification and environmental degradation. Both countries pledged to continue their contributions in this regard. Mongolia actively participates in multilateral cooperation in the Asia-Pacific region and sees Laos as a key partner in South Asia. The visit is seen as crucial for enhancing cooperation, deepening relations, and strengthening the friendship between the two countries. This year in Uvurkhangai Province, efforts to combat harmful insects will cover more than 30,000 hectares funded by the state budget and an additional 7,000 hectares funded by the local budget. A distribution survey is being conducted to identify the areas most affected by these harmful insects and to effectively implement control measures.
A survey assessing the spread of harmful insects is underway in the forested regions of Uvurkhangai Province. This survey, initiated on the 3rd of this month, is currently being conducted in Хархорон, Хожирт, Oyang, Batulzi, and Zumbayang-Ulan Soms. Research has been conducted on 14,000 hectares in the Harhorun Som of Uvurkhangai Province, and the work area has been identified. Daily updates are being communicated to the office regarding the progress. In Hojurtsum of Uvurkhangai Province, during the study of harmful insects on 14,000 hectares, preliminary data indicated the presence of harmful insects in 9,148 hectares, with this information already relayed to the Forest Department. The Earth Ranger software is being utilized for this year's survey, facilitating real-time monitoring by the Forest Department. This allows for immediate transmission of daily survey updates. For instance, studies conducted in Harhorung and Hojirt Soms have identified the spread of the cinnabar moth and the Siberian silk moth.
Over the past 3 years, harmful insects like the cinnabar moth and Siberian silk moth have notably expanded their range. In response, the local government intends to eradicate the moths in an area of 7,000 hectares using local budget funds, while an additional 30,000 hectares will be addressed through the state budget allocations. A comprehensive survey of the targeted examination zones is presently in progress.
The research team is also collaborating to offer guidance on identifying harmful insects to state environmental inspectors and forest conservationists responsible for forest reserves.
The final day of the Asian Road Cycling Championships concluded with the men's elite individual road race. 5 top cyclists from Mongolia participated in this race. Details from our MNB reporter in Kazakhstan, Batsingel.
Mongolian athletes competed in the men's elite category, covering a distance of 151 kilometers. International Master of Sports Jambulchand secured 8th place, while International Master of Sports Tikshbayer finished in the 14th place.
Regarding the race overall, it commenced with a vigorous pace straight from the start. In total,
I traversed more than over 150 kilometers in only 3 hours and 25 minutes. The race unfolded as a tactical challenge, with the primary contenders being Mongolia, Kazakhstan, and Japan. However, within the final 2 kilometers, a group comprising of more than 20 athletes surged ahead and surpassed us. Nevertheless, I managed to secure 8th place. Our team leader, Jumble Jumps, assumed a pivotal role. To maximize his performance, we at the front launched a vigorous attack to catch up with the leading duo. Within a final kilometer, we successfully surpassed the 2 athletes that were leading. Subsequently, a group comprising of 16 cyclists overtook us, and our leader secured 8th place.
22 athletes from Mongolia took part in the Asian Road Cycling Championships, competing across 7 categories with success. The Mongolian team concluded their participation in the competition by competing in the elite category on the final day.
You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The general painter of the Mongolian Art Gallery, Oyunirteng, will open a personal special exhibition of Mongolian art in Japan. The exhibition is unique in that it was organized on the occasion of the 5th anniversary of the Mongolian Art Gallery and the 50th anniversary of the Mongolian-Japanese Cultural Agreement. When creating a series of works, the artist studied primary sources, starting with the temple structure, the monks' customs and routine during religious holidays, the activities of ordinary people living around the monastery, pilgrims, foreign tourists, etc. She describes a rich life. Moreover, by bringing together the wonderful, tangible, and intangible heritage of history and culture, it will become a work of art that fully reflects a part of Mongolia's history. The Mongolian art exhibition will open on the 25th of this month at the Azamino Art Gallery in Yokohama, Japan. The general organizer of the exhibition is the Mongolian Art Gallery, with the support of the Japan Art Association and the Mongolian Embassy in Japan. The exhibition will be available to viewers until July 1st. The Mongolian Arts Council is going to organize the International Contemporary Dance Festival Motion Mongolia for the 3rd time. The festival, which will last for 5 days starting on the 15th of this month, aims to contribute towards the development of Mongolia's contemporary dance industry and expand international partnerships. As part of the 3rd festival, a joint movement workshop exchange program will be organized with the Arts Council of the Republic of Korea, a program to support the abilities of choreographers and dancers, and the performance will be presented to the public. For example, the Korean dance troupe Muden and Mongolian dancers are implementing a joint program of workshops on movement and exchange of experience. Lectures and trainings by Australian, Hungarian, and German choreographers will also be organized to support the potential of choreographers and dancers of the Ulaanbaatar Theatre and the Mongolian Conservatory. The joint performance of the artists who took part in the festival will be presented to the public on the 20th of this month at the Ulaanbaatar Theatre. The festival will feature Hungarian choreographer Zoltán Fedor, German choreographer Fabian Kohn, Australian choreographer Nerida Matei, as well as Australian dancers Jade Brider and Nadia Milford. Arunstug and Hualeng rose to 30 and 70 places respectively in the updated rankings of the best players in the world compiled by the International Basketball Federation. According to the new rankings, our team takes 19th place. However, the ratings of our athletes who won the Ulaanbaatar Grand Prix, which took place in our country a few days ago, have risen sharply. National team player Arunstug took 54th place, while previously she was ranked 84th, a move of 30 places. But the captain of the Mongolian national team, Hualeng, did even better as she moved from 125th to 55th place. In other words, she improved her ranking by 70 places. Midfielder Indra did not participate in competitions due to an injury after the Olympics, which affected her ranking, and she dropped to 111th place. Previously, she was ranked 79th. Also, Tsirungtlami's rating rose by 5 places to 189. Canada's Catherine Plouffe tops the women's rankings, followed by her sister Michelle Plouffe and compatriot Paige Crozon in third. The top 10 included 3 athletes from the USA, 2 from Azerbaijan, and 1 athlete each from China and Germany.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at international news from our partner agencies. Russia says it strikes Ukrainian military airfield. Ukraine claims repels multiple Russian offensives.
Russia said on Wednesday that its forces conducted strikes on various Ukrainian targets, including a military airfield, while Ukraine claimed on the same day that its troops repelled multiple Russian offensives in the direction of Pokrovsk in eastern Ukraine over the past 24 hours. The Russian Ministry of Defense reported that Russian forces gained an advantage in battles across various directions in the past day. They launched multiple attacks on Ukrainian targets, including a military airfield, a field ammunition depot, a base where foreign mercenaries were stationed, and a military area for deploying unmanned surface vehicles, USVs. Additionally, Russian forces intercepted multiple Ukrainian missiles, rockets, and drones. On the same day, the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces announced that Ukrainian forces sustained engagements in dozens of battles with Russian troops in Pokrovsk and other directions, successfully repelling multiple Russian attacks. Despite the ongoing offensive by Russia against the border town of Vovchansk in the Kharkov region in northeastern Ukraine, Ukraine said that it currently had the situation under control. Furthermore, the Russian Ministry of Defense released footage on Tuesday showing the destruction of a Ukrainian Su-25 warplane by one of its Lancet drones. The air attack was captured by a Russian high-altitude unmanned reconnaissance aircraft. The Russian side did not provide the exact time of the attack. On the same day, Ukraine officially presented its unmanned systems forces in the capital city Kyiv 4 months after President Vladimir Zelensky issued a decree ordering the establishment of a separate branch of the armed forces dedicated to enhancing drone operations. This new military division will also focus on the development and production of USVs.
A group of winemakers near the front lines of the war in Ukraine are getting help from Napa Valley, California.
6 Ukrainian winemakers from the Mykolaiv region near the Black Sea visited Grich Hills Estate Winery to learn the latest and regenerative farming. Some of the winemakers' vineyards have been bombed by Russia during the ongoing war. Others have had mine dropped on their vineyards. So far, no one has been hurt at the wineries, but it's damaged their land and caused stress and anxiety. Despite fears for their safety, the Ukrainians said their wineries are still operating, even as Russian forces are currently located just a few kilometers away. They're hoping the lessons they learned in Napa could help their war-torn land recover. The founders of Grich Hills are originally from Croatia and assisted that country recover from the war by helping to remove mines there in the 90s. The pioneers of organic winemaking said their history made them feel especially close to the Ukrainian cause and wanted to help. Organizers of the Napa trip say consumers can help by purchasing Ukrainian wines in stores or online.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you next week with more news and updates. Have a nice weekend. Goodbye.